y'all pulled up on me, I would've seen y'all niggas.
I actually wasn't even going to make a part 2 about this situation, as long as Lily didn't go back to Disneyland. However, he's back, so am I. So to anyone who hasn't seen part 1 yet, I'm going to give you a quick briefing. So LILLY TINO is a 32-year-old man. To anyone confused?
I'm a male, I'm a man, I'm a he. I don't get into that mentally ill stuff. Okay.
Who uses the openness of the trans community and the adaptability and humanity of women to parade around children and openly satisfy his sexual fetishes.
Seeing? Good. Seeing Chef as a transgender troll? Priceless.
Oh my god. Who said that? Must have been the wind. Also, my last video was made rather for entertainment than addressing the real issue, so that is why this video will be significantly longer than the usual. And I might just repeat myself here and there, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that put Lily on the map was that infamous video of him in Disneyland, which you might have even seen, where he talks about cutting his penis off and turning it into a vagina.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel.
Here you can not only hear the children laughing in the background, but you can clearly identify the I'm going to get banned from Disney line, signaling that he himself knows that what he's doing is at best just plain wrong, but at worst is fucking disgusting and should be prosecuted for it. And to anyone saying, oh, he doesn't actually use those words, the children have no clue what he's talking about. I would love to be just as blissfully ignorant as you. But seeing as he could have done this little chat anywhere other than a theme park for children, I'm not going to let this slide. He's also notorious for clip farming people misgendering him at restaurants and then treating servers like absolute shit, like they are not just people trying to work their minimum wage job.
It's like a knife in the heart. It's like a knife. It always hurts every single time. Like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir. Misgendering. It is a knife in the gut.
And he also does OnlyFans on the side.
Oh, would you look at that? I found a big clue.
Which in and of itself isn't even that big a deal, but if you see the full picture, you'll see how this just makes everything 1,000 times worse. So now that we have addressed everything that he's done in the past, let's see what he's done for now.
I think Disney's gonna ban me for this one.
So now that we're back at the crime of the scene, let's see if he's learned from his past mistakes.
My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog.
Get out. Like, leave. Because how is everybody talking about how disgusting the fact that you say this shit openly at Disney is, and you go back and you do it one more time?
Like, it was just like, no big deal. Like, sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my god. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Is this rage bait? Because if it is, I have been rage ball.
They're going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know, my hands are disgusting.
You are disgusting. And again, you can clearly hear him acknowledging the fact that this is not something he should do around children. However, he still goes out of his way to do it just for 30 seconds of fame and a little cash money. However, this is obviously not the other kind of content we can expect from him. So here's a clip of him getting misgendered at Disneyland again.
That is fancy looking. Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
No, sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you. Just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check, if that's okay.
Yeah.
This is actually a crazy thing to say because this is just straight up theatrical. Like, I had a time in my life when I had shoulder length hair and I didn't do my makeup and I looked like a little boy. And when someone came up to me and asked me, "Hey, sorry, are you a boy?" I was like, "No, I'm a girl." The hypothesis that I was a boy did not make me feel unsafe. The fact that I got called a boy did not make me feel unsafe and had me spiraling.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done.
That would actually be crazy though. Like, imagine working at Disney and then calling someone's 90-year-old grandma friend. I just really don't think there's a big issue with gendered language, seeing as 99% of the time you will be correct.
Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, "I'm so sorry, it was an accident," do you expect them to be like, "Oh, it was an accident. Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone." That's not how it works.
The world of hurt this person is going through, guys. Can't even begin to imagine. Anyway, as we're moving on, we can find ourselves in his biggest scandal yet.
I've made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess, but I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue.
Ew. I'm perfectly aware of the fact that Disney has gender-neutral bathrooms. One quick Google search, by the way. And if you didn't feel like sharing a bathroom with men, but also know that you're not a person, why couldn't you just choose a golden path and go gender neutral?
That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found a stall, I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women, would recommend.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, what? First of all, the entitlement. Definitely no one stopped me. And I peed standing up. This makes it definite in my books that this is rage bait because there was absolutely no need for him to tell us that. The fact that there is someone pissing standing in a woman's restroom who's not under 5 who came in with their mummy to take a piss is mad disgusting, by the way. But if that was not enough, here's a clip of him invading literally all of the women's restrooms in Florida just for good measure.
Oh my God!
First picture, and the woman in the background is literally adjusting herself. In what word is posted a picture like that normal? And like 4 out of the 10 pictures has some poor woman in it. Get out. Like, I mean, get out of the woman's restroom before I call the cops on you.
We have some bad hombres here and we're gonna get them out.
There has actually been some discussion about it, if it's a felony or not. So here's what I've gathered for you. So according to Florida law, men cannot enter public women's restrooms. However, Disneyland is a private property where the owner decides what goes. However, photographing people in restrooms does go against the law, and some people have already filed reports against him, so I've heard.
I'm calling the police. Hello? Yes, this video right here. Jail time.
And after all this, he doubled down.
Those Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom. It's not appropriate. Well, let me remind you that literally every celebrity you've ever enjoyed on screen has at one point taken a bathroom selfie. For example,
it's mad how he's literally proving out point by only showing pictures with one person in a photo without a poor woman pulling her veggie out in the background.
and it's not just celebrities. Any woman you ever meet has likely taken a photo in a public bathroom.
Hello, Lily. My name is Elizabeth, and I am in fact a woman who is a rather big fan of taking pictures in her bed with no one in the background just the headboard.
Why, you ask? Because we look cute and we want to document it. So what is different about me that I'm not allowed to take bathroom selfies? The easy answer here is, oh, Lily, you're a trans woman, so you get held to a different standard. And that is true. But people judge trans women differently depending on how well they pass. If you pass, that means you don't look trans. I know that I don't pass. Trust me, I know. But passing privilege is a real thing.
Fucking obviously, people are more willing to accept somebody who's willing to assimilate with their group over somebody who just says, hey, I'm a part of your group now, accept me.
There are some trans women out there who, no matter how hard they try, will never be able to pass. Do those trans women deserve to be treated differently? No. They should be able to take bathroom selfies too.
You are not doing enough to pass, though. Simply cross-dressing does not give you the golden keys to the women's restroom, and with all you do, you're undermining the community's achievements in like the past 50 years. Good night. However, actually not good night, because I have come across the most disturbing videos that I have seen in my 18 years on this earth.
Wait. I have a really important announcement. I promise this will take 2 seconds, okay? You ready? They bounce. Am I right? Crazy.
If you're talking about your thighs and your bulge, they most definitely do, yeah, I can give you that one. And the most disturbing part is that he makes content for... Who does he even make content for? He sometimes dresses up as Miss Rachel, so based on that you would think that his content is for like 5-year-olds, but the stuff he talks about isn't really something you should really talk about with kids.
The milkshake is the best thing. But also, really don't like that it put a Bible verse on my food without my consent. I don't want to eat John 3:16. Get your John 3:16 out of here.
This is good because I could barely read, so I like looking at pictures better, you know?
Ew. Ew to all of this. Ew.
The game's gone.
The game's gone.
The game's gone.
The game's gone. Game's gone. Where is it?
Where is it?
It's gone. Game's gone.
Game's gone.
It would be so easy just to pick a restaurant that does not put Bible verses on the food instead of calling the biggest, most full of religion in the world. And I quote, ew. Yeah, I just can't. Do you know, when you think so much, your head starts hurting. I just don't understand how people like Lily behave this way. And I don't think I would, even if I turned myself inside out, like his corn dog.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
Anyways, moving on. So J.K. Rowling also calls him out, and if it were me, I would be seriously reconsidering my life decisions at this point.
What's your pronouns?
I'm a male. I'm a man. I'm a he. I don't get into that mentally ill stuff. Okay.
And what, looking at the caption, was not expecting this one. From J.K. Rowling? I'll even slow it down from you. From J.K. Rowling. Okay, now, I also managed to find this video of his, very recent actually, where he talks about trans people in sports. And just take it away.
Trans women are the best at sports. Swish. The testosterone surging through our muscles gives us super strength. Well, most trans women don't have much, if any, testosterone in their system.
Wrong. Thought that up until this point, it was fairly common knowledge that everybody has testosterone in their bodies, even women. They just have lower amounts of it and more estrogen. And the same goes for trans people. Even though their testosterone levels go down, they will still always have enough testosterone to go around. But that's something I thought you would know if you were trans. It's giving never been to a gender clinic in their entire life.
That doesn't mean we aren't still better. After all, we do have the biological advantage. It's not like athleticism is determined by anything other than what's between your legs.
Yeah, like your bone density, your height, or your muscle mass, which are pretty big differences between males and females. And this is why different leagues are constructed for men and women, because due to their physical build, women just cannot compare to their male counterparts.
But if that's true, it means that some trans women are great athletes, but some are flat out bad, just like cis women.
Lily, just because you failed both as a man and a woman does not mean that you pierced it too.
And trans women lose at sports all the time, but that doesn't get reported on.
I think the fact that over 900 awards have been handed out to biological males in women's sports should speak volumes.
Women, it's men taking 900 sports trophies from women in recent years. And
they didn't take 900.
They took 900. There's a report just came out from the United Nations, actually. 890 trophies and medals across 600 women who were competitors, across 29 different sports and 400 competitions. That came out like yesterday.
And they deserved them.
It didn't happen, and they deserve them. Okay,
because they want you to be scared of us, like we're taking something from you.
You are, though. You are.
And the very small number of trans women who do compete do it for the love of the game, not because they need attention or couldn't win at men's sports.
If they love the sport so much, they can go out and play with their friends and not absolutely obliterating women just for existing in their own right. And this is something that activists for trans people in sports tend to forget, that the majority of these people transitioned well into their adulthood when no type of hormone treatment or plastic surgery can make their build even remotely close to women's. And as they partake in sports with their grand stature, they can cause grave harm, do cause grave harm to women that their female counterparts could never replicate. But I also love how he makes light and mansplains the issue with this sagging tits. And also not too long ago, he just came up with the stupidest analogy I've ever heard, so it is just fair that I share it with the world.
Recently, some green apples have decided that they don't like being called green.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They say that it's offensive and that they prefer to be called biological apples. But if you call a green apple a biological apple, then you're indirectly saying that red apples are just pretending, like they're not actually apples or weird somehow, and that's simply not true. The word green is just an adjective that modifies the noun apple. Adjectives are important because they tell us about the differences between two similar things. Just like chocolate can modify ice cream or pepperoni can modify pizza. No one's saying that there isn't a cosmetic difference between these two. I mean, look at them. And yes, they do have slightly different DNA, but it's impossible to argue that green is more of an apple than red. And why would you argue that in the first place?
Because you're arguing it wrong. It's actually apples and oranges. There is so much more difference between men and women than red apple and green apple, which would only be the color. And that is why even you acknowledge that your argument is flawed.
It's not like the existence of red apples takes something away from green apples. If anything, apples would be stronger as a group if they united against banana misogyny. So to all the green apples out there, us calling you cis, I mean green, is not an insult, I promise.
We know it's not an insult, it's basic biology. However, with the rise of trans people, women have been slowly erased and replaced in day-to-day speech. Like birthing people. You mean mothers. People with periods. You mean females?
Well, Michael, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people?
Mm-hmm.
Mothers? What people other than mothers are pregnant?
Does it bother you to use inclusive language?
The more and more trans ideologies have been accepted, the less and less space women have to call their own. Everything has to be all-inclusive now. And it's only women's roles that have been modified like that. Like, why do we have to change our language that we have been using since the dawn of time? You change your language.
You've got a problem, change your fucking car.
And it's the same thing with like cis women. No, we don't actually want to be called biological women, we just want to be called women.
Women.
Can we have that back? Because you can call yourself trans or an Apache helicopter for all I care. Just leave us be, man. Also, it is a very frequent argument that is in fact the correct way to say it in Latin. However, we do not live in Rome 49 BC. They love to come at us with that, actually, terminologically, that is the right way to say it. However, if I said, quis regio, eis religio, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So keep it real consistent now. So if I use LILLY TINO and he in the same sentence, it would be biologically correct. But I can't say that now, can I?
There, take it. You already knew what was gonna happen. There, I don't want to hear no more, please. We don't want to see none of this anymore, please. Haven't you had enough?
Y'all ever heard of the Greek practice of ostracism, where they wrote the name of a member of the society on a tile who they thought was going to turn to autocracy, and if someone got more than 6,000 votes, they got banished from Athens? I really think we should turn back to our roots and make the true form of democracy shine again. Oh, we already are?
The petition to ban Lily Tino from TikTok has reached over 200,000 signatures. And this petition was only started about a day or two ago. People are speaking out, saying TikTok, it's time to ban Lily.
That's a bit more than 6,000 now, isn't it? And as of right now that I'm recording this video, the petition has been signed more times than Lily has followers.
Like, it was just like, no big deal. Like, sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect way to sum up LILLY TINO and this whole ordeal. He wants us to respect his wishes, use his pronouns, and fully accept him into our community, while he does not respect women at all. He does not keep it respectful and is not acting like a woman, point blank. For example, walking around everywhere like Bigfoot, very demure, might I add.
Very demure, very mindful.
And not wanting to change his voice.
But I really don't, and I like my voice. I don't really feel dysphoria over my voice. And also, voice training takes a lot of time and effort, and I've tried it before, and I just...
He's not willing to make that step, because that takes time and effort. What are you even talking about, man? Doing everything about transitioning that he wants, except for the parts that he doesn't want to do, because those are too strenuous. Come on now. But we as women should better shape ourselves just to accommodate for him.
Am I still going to use the women's bathroom even if it's against like rules? Yeah, I think I will. As a statement, you know, if I like, for example, if I was in Florida, I was in Florida last week, and it was not allowed for me to be in a women's bathroom, I would still use a women's bathroom.
This is the worst way that someone can out themselves as a blatant narcissist. No matter how hundreds of thousands of women feel about him using the women's restroom, he thinks that his feelings and his comfort is above them all. Because at the end of the day, it's just about feelings. Oh, it's like a knife in the heart when someone misgenders you. Now imagine how all the women feel when a 6-foot muscular built person goes in to use the restroom standing right next to them.
Because that is something that I feel strongly about. If they want to make a stink about it, they can, and I'm happy to make a stink about it too. That's how we fight back, y'all. That's how we fight back. So acts of solidarity with our trans brothers and sisters and siblings.
Everything in his world has to be about him. I don't feel safe. I don't want to change my voice. I will use the women's restroom. And at this point, it's starting to feel like it's my way or the highway. And right now, I would rather take the highway.
Whatever, I do what I want.
I 100% believe that Nick Contino is a crossdresser and is using the marginalized community to get away with anything. His worldview is sick and twisted. So we have come to the end of the road. For now, I'm sure we'll be hearing from him very soon, and I will be able to talk about it because school is over and I will not be playing with you anymore, and I will be uploading more regularly starting now. Making videos actually takes time, and my younger self was real ambitious with 2 videos a week, and that is why I always burnt out so quickly, and admittedly the quality of the videos was shit. So in order to keep the content flowing and actually good, I talked to the producer, so me, my scriptwriter, that would be myself, the talent, and the video editor, so that would be yours truly, and we decided that 1 video a week. But that's going to be every week, you guys. I'm keeping it up to anyone who's still stuck around. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye, everybody.
Like, it was just like, no big deal. Like, sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
This is good because I could barely read, so I like looking at pictures better, you know?